For someone who is focused on line retention, I'm going to share with you my top tips that has really helped me in retaining so much length. The first tip I'm going to give is working in sections. Working in sections has really helped in me retaining so much length. Reducing that manipulation on your hair is very important, and one way I've been able to do it is actually putting my hair in sections and working my way through that sections. You can get overwhelmed when your hair is just all out, so I love to put my hair in sections because it just gives me a little bit of time to take care of each section the way I want to. And it also helps for you not to be so rough on your hair because you can get frustrated, especially when your hair is wet. When your hair is wet, you experience more tangles, more matting because it's in that curly state, especially when it's not shrinking. So working in sections helps to also reduce that breakage and also that shrinking like you get when your hair is wet or in a wet state. So I always recommend you working in sections for anything you want to do on your natural hair. And one thing to note is that when your hair is in that section, you reduce the tension and manipulation you get from actually taking care of your hair when it's full and wet and shrinked, and you just experience less tangles because just imagine you washing your hair, doing your wash days, and your hair is shrinked already. You've already done your detangling process and you have to do it again. That's more tension and manipulation, and your hair is going to break a lot. So for length retention, you need to reduce all of that to be able to see the difference in your natural hair. So if you don't work in sections, I highly recommend you start working in sections. It helps reduce your wash day time, like it cuts down on your wash day time, it makes it fast, easy, and straight to the point. So I highly recommend you start working in sections. The second tip is that I realized that not all product recommendations will work for my type of hair. When it comes to finding products that work well for your hair porosity plays a major role in that. So knowing your hair porosity is very important to actually finding what will work for your hair. So don't take all product recommendations. It really helps for you to have like products to identify that you can do your research on. But trust me when I say is that know your hair porosity, do the research on the product, then see if the product will work for your type of hair. When you have those two information, your hair porosity, research, then look at the product and see if it work well for your hair before purchasing anything. Because if you just purchase products blindly, you're going to be wasting your money, because when you realize that those products are not for your type of hair, it will cause more damage. So knowing that not all product recommendations will work for your hair is very important. I'm not saying product recommendations are actually bad, because I've been able to find products that work well for my hair with product recommendations, but I did my research on it. I don't just buy things blindly anymore, because right now I want to try new products, but at the same time I will do research. When I go to the hair store, I will look at the ingredients, search them up, see if it works well for high porosity hair, because that's the type of hair porosity I have. You need to know all these things because it's very important and it plays a major role. Because one thing about natural hair, if it doesn't like the product you're currently using on it, you will tell the difference. It can cause your hair to break so much, it can cause damage, hair fall, hair loss. So you don't want all of that. So know what product you're using for your hair, do your research, very important. Know your hair porosity, it really helps you to find products that work well for your type of hair. The third length retention tip is focusing on the health of your hair over the length. I've spoken about this a lot, but it's very important for you to know this. I was someone that will hold on to length over health because I would be scared to lose all that length that worked for me. Trust me when I say that you're causing more damage to your hair just by holding on to those dead ends and lengths. Last year, I decided to make a huge decision and I cut off all my dead ends. And when I say that my hair was short, my hair was short. It was a huge change, and my hair hasn't been short in a very long time. So cutting off all those dead ends was very important. And the crazy thing is that a year later, my hair has grown past my previous length. So if you're experiencing damaged ends, your hair is breaking a lot, your hair is falling off, you notice your ends are thinning, trust me when I say cut it off. Don't hold on to that length. It's doing more damage. And if you just do that one thing and make sure you're careful with your hair, like don't cut your hair and go back to the same lifestyle or same routine you were doing that caused your hair to be damaged. when you cut off that damaged ends, make a huge change in your routine. Make sure you're consistent, make sure you're using the right products, make sure you're doing the right treatment. Just make sure you're caring for your hair so that you won't get back to that bad or damaged hair again. And when I say your hair would grow, you retain so much length. That's one thing I'm going to say. Cut off those dead ends and begin to take care of your natural hair. And trust me when I say your hair will definitely grow back. Your hair grows, like that's one thing you should notice, that your hair is constantly growing. So just cut it off and you notice a huge difference. The next length retention tip I'm going to talk about is very, very important. Understanding that it is possible to get whatever hair goals you want is also very important. Your mindset plays a huge and major role in you getting to your hair goals. If you have a negative mindset towards your natural hair, it is definitely going to show in the way you care for it and your routine. There was a time I didn't like my natural hair. I didn't want to take care of it. I didn't want to stick to my routine, and it definitely showed on my hair. So your mindset towards your natural hair is very, very important. Understand that you can reach your hair goals. You can reach whatever hair goals you want, whether it's length, whether it's health, whatever hair goals you want for your natural hair, you can definitely get to it. Just change your mindset. Note that natural hair grows. You can get whatever length you want. Just put in that work, and trust me when I say that you will get to your hair goal. So if you have a negative mindset towards your hair, learn to love your natural hair, learn to care for it, and you'll notice a huge difference. One thing I'll say is that my natural hair didn't look like this like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. I'm noticing that my curls are coming back. My curl pattern, like I've never seen my curls look like this before. I've never seen my hair look like this before. This is actually the longest my hair has ever been, and it's just by understanding these things and doing so many other things to my hair that I'm also going to mention. So change your mindset towards your natural hair, and trust me, it will make a huge difference. So the last tip I'm going to talk about in this video is scheduling your routine into your lifestyle. When people say they don't have time for your natural hair, I believe that's a lie. You need to make time for your hair. Making time for your hair is very important because natural hair loves routine, and also being consistent is very important. I always make time for my natural hair, even when I'm not feeling up to it. Like, it doesn't take time, just an hour, and you're literally done with your hair. If you don't have time or you don't know how to take care of your hair, getting a good natural hair stylist or a natural hair specialist to help care for your hair or direct you on what you can do is also very important. But I believe that you should make time for your natural hair, especially if you want to reach your goals. If you want to reach your goals, you need to put in that work, I believe. So put in that work and you will notice a huge difference. If it means waking up an hour early for you to be able to do your routine, just do it. Like, for instance, I'm waking up an hour early to do this voiceover so that I can be able to get this video up. So just make that sacrifice for your natural hair, and trust me, you will notice a huge difference. So that's all for my length retention tips. I would definitely do a part 2 because I have so much more to say that I didn't mention in this video, but I don't want it to be so long. I really hope you've learned at least one thing from this video, and trust me when I say that you can reach your hair goals no matter what it is. Just focus on your hair and you caring for your hair and you just understanding your hair in general. One thing to notice is that everybody's hair is unique, so find what works for your own particular hair, and you can also get recommendations and techniques on how to actually care for your hair. So if you want more length retention tips, just subscribe so you get updated on every video I upload. I do natural hair videos, and you can get to your hair goals just by subscribing and also following some of my videos, because I'm doing a hair challenge on my channel where I keep my protective hairstyle for 3 months and I document the whole thing. That's one way I've also been able to retain length that I didn't mention in this video. So subscribe for more information, and if you have any problems, you can leave that in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer any questions you have concerning natural hair or any trouble you're facing currently. So yeah, that's all for this video. Thank you and bye.